What up, breadhead?
My brother in Christ, how are you doing?
My brother ingrained.
Oh, yes. Ingrained in my heart, ingrained in my skull. That's
Ingrained
a
in my
fact.
stomach. I feel like I have a
Mm-hmm.
permanent foot-long bulge where my belly button is. Some people call it a
Mm-hmm.
beer gut. I think it's more of a bread gut.
Mm-hmm. I think bread gut's a good term for it.
hmm
My belly button is the same circumference of a foot long. Because
Mm.
actually when I was in the womb, that's how I was fed. I was just fed sandwiches.
Wow, that sounds like a wonderful, wonderful childhood. I think that you end up in the womb probably taking on a lot of your mother's habits. So your mother was like a cereal sandwich consumer.
Yes, I mean, back in the homeland, we consumed a lot of sandwiches,
Mm.
albeit open-faced. Uh,
hmm
that must have been a big shock to my body when I discovered, two, uh, 12-inch open-faced sandwiches basically pressed together, uh, and that was like deemed normal. That's crazy, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Not a lot of with that much bread entering your mother's system. There's not much room in the old ovary for little fetal Eric. He's getting
Hmm.
squeezed against the ovarian walls because of a foot-long sandwich. That explains your
Hmm.
weird proportions, actually.
I know. You've never seen somebody so tall and muscular at the same time, Ty?
It
Um,
doesn't make sense. You usually lank out when you get that big, but no, not you. You're the
yeah,
ideal human specimen.
yeah, exactly. Usually once you breach 6'4", and you own AirPods, there's a good chance that you might as well also have uh, huge muscles and arms.
Yeah, yeah, the perfect hat tricks.
Absolutely.
Uh,
You know
I,
what?
on the other hand,
Just for that,
Eric,
Ty, I'm gonna post a
yeah.
screenshot of my savings account on Instagram.
Yeah, that what a flex, dude. Just put your like balance in your Instagram bio at this point. Is there a plug-in for that? Can you just like have a rolling ticker of your net worth in your bio?
Hmm. There is a plugin for that, and it's called Coinbase.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just make your crypto punk your avatar, your profile photo.
Exactly. I want everyone on Instagram to know that I order the signature sandwich and I get double meat, and it's nothing to me.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, Eric, you may be a sandwich man by nurture or nature, but I'm one by nature. You see, I'm
You mean
worried that like
nurture?
yes, by nurture. Uh, I'm worried that as someone who has eaten so many sandwiches post post birth, I bounced from the womb and
Hmm.
started eating sandwiches right away. Went through a big Black Forest phase as a child, obviously a tuna phase, and
That
now
was
I'm
your
on.
goth phase? It's like just instead of black hair, it was black forest.
uh, yeah, we had like a clique at school, you know. But now I'm like I think that my belly button it doesn't naturally have like the circumference of a sandwich, but I'm worried that it's like transitioning from an innie to an outie. Like the sandwiches inside my body are shaping my body.
It's literally pushing out. It's pushing
Yeah,
pee on your belly button from the
it's
inside,
pushing.
Ty. That's
It
crazy.
is. Maybe that's all the tumor is like just like a little bit of a foot long poking through.
I think that's absolutely a solid take, if you ask me.
It's quite
Um,
solid.
yeah. Ty, I'm sipping on a beer today because it is, in fact, Friday. You know,
Oh, don't be like that. It's a Thursday.
we're recording this on a Thursday, but Ty, I was trying to be a professional here and talk to our clients as if it was Friday because they will be hearing this on Friday.
That's
Um,
true. That's true. So happy Friday to the breadheads hearing this off rip.
mhm.
I'm a
Off
little
rip.
jaded. I'm a little jaded, Eric, because I was in the office today, and a coworker smugly said to me, "Happy Friday," although we both knew it was Thursday.
What an asshat.
What an asshat! Like this is the kind of shit that's like. This is why the Great Resignation is happening. Like we don't need that
Agree.
kind of bullshit around here. Like
Hmm.
and then he like went in the shitter.
Dude, if oh man, that's two cardinal sins right there. One
Hmm.
is, any form of water cooler talk. Um, and then also talking to somebody as you like close the stall. Like I'll never like I have like a lot of traumatizing memories of my previous CEO, Ty.
Hmm.
One of them is, you know, just a little bit of small talk before he, closed um the stall door. Like he was like 1 foot in talking to me, and then like closed it like barely like on his head. Like he was still talking as he was closing the door. And then I got fired shortly after
Oh
that.
wow.
It was for eating
So
at my desk, ironically.
oh really? I mean, like, fair enough. That in and of itself is a cardinal sin.
Mhm. Ty,
The
this this
worst.
this
Yeah.
bad vegan of a boss, okay? He I'm not I'm not done airing out my trauma to you, okay?
Yeah, yeah, sure that. Hey, before you get into that, can you hear this dog yapping in my background? Dude, it's losing
I
its shit.
I do, and suddenly it all makes sense what they're doing over there in Korea.
No, no, no. I'm hanging out on a loading bay in beautiful downtown Vancouver right now, and there's this little tiny dog, and it's losing its shit on this man wearing all denim. Like he's got a Canadian tuxedo on, and the dog just won't have it. We got some John's police on the streets here, and they got four legs.
Mm. Is the dog's name Lewis? Can you confirm or deny that?
I don't have any evidence, but it looks like a thirsty little pup. Needs some
Hmm.
water.
Okay, don't ask me how I know that. Um,
Okay.
but anyways, Ty, turns out if you eat a tuna sub at your desk, not only is that a HR violation,
Yeah, HR is going to be banging your line immediately if you let that
yeah, dude,
thing go.
HR is doing that thing where they like walk up behind you as you're working at your computer and just like stand there until you notice them. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what HR is doing if you're eating a tuna sub, and then
Mm-hmm.
wiping your mayo hands on the keyboard. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But anyways, Ty, I am sipping a beer on this fine Friday-esque Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I had it sitting like, nice and pretty on my desk here, and I did notice that it says keep cold and drink fresh.
Mm. Now, is this instructions? Because it's pretty clear. Like, are they required to say that? Is this like a legal obligation to say that?
This particular instruction is written in cursive, so I don't think so. I think any like big gov like mandated, direction, like usage, dosage, that kind of shit, always has to be in Helvetica.
Oh, excuse me.
Jesus,
Wow.
dude. Where's the professionalism from you today? First there's a
I know.
dog. First you're walking some dog. Oh my God.
Dude, it's Thur Friday. I'm on island time now. Don't expect too much from me
He's
today.
a he's an island boy.
I'm an island boy. I don't, dude. This is the problem with graphic design in 2022 is that everyone feels like they need to fill space with stuff. I blame
I
like
knew we were gonna get here at some point on this podcast that we were gonna talk about graphic designers.
like graphic designers are the sinners of the modern era. They see a wall, a canvas, and they're like, that needs vector art, you know? They like everywhere they look, they just need to implant like free fonts from online. Like
Hmm.
what is drink cold and fresh? What does
Keep
it say?
cold and drink fresh. It sounds like a cheeky little like keep calm and like
Yeah,
follow me on
yeah.
Twitter kind of like vibe.
Oh man, it's just like what a waste of energy for them to write that and for you to read that. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, drink it warm and when it's old? Like,
Yeah, I don't understand.
who
It
is
goes
this
without
for?
saying, Ty.
First time beer drinkers? Like, is this beer exclusively for underage kids?
That's a great question. It does give me starter beer energy. It is a
Mm.
sour after all.
Okay, well, you should have said that at the beginning. Like, I just want to preface, I'm
Mhm.
drinking a sour, so we're gonna have a little bit more, like,
Playful energy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
If
more of
this
a
was a
guided drinking
grown,
experience.
yeah, absolutely. There's guided meditation and there's guided inebriation, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the latter. But
Mm-hmm.
Ty, if this was a grown man fat tug, you know, there's no directions on that. Like, we know we're getting down to business when we're drinking a Fat Tug, and
Oh yeah,
I'm probably gonna end up on the floor.
dude. Yeah, if that was a fat tug, then the brewmaster would have left a lot different tasty notes. They would say if that was a fat tug, it would say in a script font, "Drink one." That's what it
Yeah,
would say.
yeah.
And you'd
It's
say
like
like
eat a
you'd be like,
meal
"Thank you."
first.
Yeah, that's some intermediate advice for me. Thank you.
Absolutely. We need the OGs to tap in, Ty. We need Jay
Hmm.
Prince to, start a brewery and, let us know exactly how us youngins should be drinking beer because you know what? I've had it with these graphic designer based startup breweries here in Vancouver that assume I don't know how to crack a cold one.
Like this isn't my first rodeo. Speaking of
Yeah.
rodeo, I
God damn it.
feel like celebrities should be entering the craft beer scene. They're only in the hard liquor scene right now, you know? You can get that uh, Cactus Jack Seltzer or the 818 that flow in, but like, what about for the beer baddies, you know? For the men and
Dude,
ladies that want to crack a pint.
wow. That's more of a like a Roxy type of energy, like a beer baddie, somebody who's gonna like ride the bull and then like beat me in an arm wrestle after.
No, no. I'm thinking more like I feel like J. Cole seems like the kind of guy that would just like have a logger named after him, you know? Like
J. Cole, J. Cole is the logger of all rappers, so it totally makes sense. Like I want like the lightest possible beer, so it tastes like I'm drinking water,
hmm.
and I'm just like sipping on it with like a Bryson Tiller like snapback on, and I'm just
Hmm.
like standing in the corner, like not talking to anyone. I'm standing by the coat check.
Yeah, dude. It's for guys that are they want to be a part of the vibe, but they don't know anyone there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just
I'm
have a J. Cole lager, please.
Yeah, I'll have the J cold one, and
J. Cole.
I'm okay with waiting 4 hours to get in, paying $40, and not talking to any girls.
Yeah, exactly. The J. Cole lager beverage drinker has money to spend and no one to spend it on.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So what kind of brewski is Drake sipping on in the club? When Drizzy Drake pull up to the club and it's time to you know holler on some baddies, then
Hmm.
what is Drizzy sipping on?
Oh,
Don't
Drizzy.
say white wine because we're talking about
No,
beer only.
beer only, dude. Drizzy 1000% is a wit man. He goes
Holy
straight.
shit.
He's like, I just want something fresh on the palate, easy drinking, a little bit like a beer is the rosé of beer. I think
Oh shit.
it's this combination. It's a little bit like hoppy, a little bit citrusy, fresh on the tongue.
hmm I mean, I think that's a great guess, but I thought Drizzy Drake would actually go for a little bit more of like a Radskis, like a little half
Oh,
juice, little half OJ, half
yeah,
lager,
yeah,
keep him
because
on his toes.
the lower the alcohol content, the more life to you, you know?
Exactly. The more you're able to suss out baddies who are trying to, um, wrap their legs around you and like
Hmm.
make you leave it in kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah. They want your baby and your Radler. They
Exactly.
wanna,
He's
they
already
want,
putting hot sauce in condoms, but you can't do that at the club, so you gotta keep your wits about you.
and the best way to do that is with a wit, huh, my friend?
Oh shit.
Wit or Radler, either beverage I think would impress the baddies because they're like kind of like an unconventional beverage. Like so that you offer this like freaky girl at the club a Radler, and she's like, "What's this?" And Drake says, "It's a Radler." She's like, "Ooh, never had one." You know,
Yeah, like I
it's
could
not
get
like a
down with that.
pale ale or yeah, or an IPA. Like the girl will be like, "Blah, IPA," but a Radler, anyone can
hmm
get down with that. Everyone's excited to try
Yeah,
new things with Drizzy Drake.
yeah. But I could also see him going for like the honey brown lager from Sleeman. Like I can also see him
Oh
going in that
yeah,
direction because that screams like my father's no longer in my life.
yeah, definitely. And it's a smooth man beverage. It's a smooth beverage. It's the Williamsburg Knights of big beer.
It's the Carby Musk of all beverages.
I think
Wow, Ty.
so. So
I think
it's
we're
a
onto
really
something.
acute observation, Eric. I think we're onto something
Thank
too,
you.
and it's an untapped market for this new kind of. We're entering a new era where all branding is people branding. I kind of blame TikTok for this. TikTok because it's like it perpetuates like the individualism of a brand. Like a brand is just a human. A business is just a
Hmm.
CEO and minions at the end of the day. Like
Hmm.
look at Elon Muskie. Uh, he's a brand, right? More than he is a business.
Hmm. Exactly. It's the Billie Eilish Jordan effect, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like you'll take whatever Billy's pushing, right? If she's
Yeah.
chilling,
Who are
yeah,
we to blame for this, Ty? Are we gonna blame, you know, Big Jacques, Travis Scott, for signing a deal with McDonald's for starting this malarkey? Or is it like just, a thing of all sneaker brands like that, eventually they'll have some kind of collab with a rapper.
yeah. I think collaboration culture is kind of like definitely perpetuated this. Uh, Travis is like the king of the shills because he is the biggest name to ever sell out to capitalism.
Mm,
Like you don't get that many high profile sellouts, you know?
hmm.
So
Don't like all athletes, aren't athletes like the epitome of this? Like every athlete has like a Nike deal, a McDonald's deal, a Pepsi deal. It's like the trifecta of like the S&P 500, you know?
yeah, dude, you want as many like Fortune 500 logos on your jersey as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
But the problem with athleticism is that not a problem. It's more like that's always been the MO of major sports teams. It's like in order to have like major sport teams get eyeballs, eyeballs attract brands, brands put their logos on the jerseys. So like
Hmm.
you're not even like as an athlete, it doesn't really matter who you are. What matters is the like Jerry Seinfeld said this best. You're cheering for laundry at the end of the day. You're not cheering for people, right? You're cheering for
Wow.
like the colors that are on that person's back. And it's the same
Hmm.
thing with the brands. Like those athletes would be nothing if they weren't on the teams that they're on. No one would care about them.
I mean, I
So
don't know if I
I don't.
agree, but I am cheering for the green and yellow.
Yeah, exactly, dude. If like think of your favorite players on the Lakers, and if they, which is I guess yellow and purple, but to some colorblind listeners, that might be perceived as a bit of green. uh, like if they were on that team, would you still be following them? Probably not. Would they have the brand sponsorships? Probably not.
That's a good point. Um, I mean, it just goes to show you, Ty, that you know, Subway, they don't even like they're so not for athletes. Like they're even less healthy than Pepsi. Like Pepsi will sponsor the athlete, but
Hmm.
Subway is gonna like use the coach as a like ambassador. Like this like fat, but it's like fat overweight coach that like can't run 100 yards is gonna be like your mascot.
Yeah, dude, that's the closest they can get to the quarter of the pitch. Isn't that crazy? They can't even get on like the bench warmers.
Yeah, he's literally sitting on a bench eating a sub, but it's not the like bench that the players sit on. It's like a park bench that only homeless people use.
Well, maybe that is Subway's target market though, Eric, because Subway isn't targeting the athletes themselves. They're targeting like the fatzos that watch the athletes play and potentially yell at their TV, which is exactly what
Hmm.
coaches do on the sidelines.
Dude, yeah, yelling at your TV, yelling at your sandwich artist, all go hand in hand.
Hmm.
Yelling at your partner, you know, it's all, people who have this pent up aggression and can't like lay it out on the field. They have to uh, lay it out on the lettuce.
Yeah, if your strongest muscle is your throat from both consuming footlongs and yelling at your television, then like you're the ideal Subway client. You know, you're a throat goat.
Yeah, that's true. You sound like some Yeet lyrics.
Yeah,
My bitch got a strong throat. Her strongest muscle is her throat.
yeah.
Wow.
What's the line? It's like something about the I put that pussy in a sarcophagus. Now she's claiming that I bruised her esophagus. Yeah, something like that.
That delivery though.
Yeah,
Um,
he really holds the notes.
mhm. Ty, you must be cold outside, but I do want to, deliver on my promise for the breadheads. And last, episode we talked about how today we're going to talk about your trip to San Francisco. Do you
So
have it
this,
in you to go in on that topic right now, or are you,
yeah,
kind of shivering as you stand outside next to this ambulance and dog?
dude. In the words of my MacBook cursor, click, click. We're going in.
God damn it. God damn it.
It's actually quite warm here. It's helping keep my sunburn from peeling. San Francisco was a hot one this weekend. Daddy got a little
Hmm.
burned.
Oh no, double
Yeah,
toasted.
double toasted in the San Francisco sun. But yeah, it's good to get out of town. See how other people eat sandwiches. I didn't make it to the way. Didn't make it to the way, but I did like do my best to gather a scene report of the Bay Area. It
Huh?
hasn't changed very much since I got there, Eric. The crypto boys are still out on the street.
Oh
There's
no. How many Facebook hoodies are there in relation to like Coinbase hoodies? Like when you go out at any given time, you see like three people at least wearing like Facebook merch. Has that number gone down
he,
in favor of like Wealth Simple?
yeah, I don't see like it's hard to gauge the transition from one group to another, but you do experience breadth. Like it's always the tech companies you're never thinking about that you'll have like a hoodie for. It'll be like an Oracle hoodie or like some like
Mm,
bullshit startup that you like maybe used once as like it'll be like a Google like a Chrome add-on. They'll like that'll be like the logo on the hoodie,
Someone
some
literally
widget
wearing an
for
ad block
PCs.
hoodie.
Yeah, exactly
Wow.
that. So that's a little bit funny. Um, yeah, the texting there's it's starting to dilute. I feel like I noticed a proportionally to my previous time in the Bay Area, way more trucks, like just like pedestrian trucks, just truck guys everywhere. And like it's a weird city to drive a truck in because it's really small, cramped, and hilly, and you don't normally like associate these nerdy ass crypto boys with driving just regular run of the mill like F-250s. But lo and behold, it's
Exactly.
happening. There's so many
Exactly.
just like normal trucks there.
That's hard to stomach for me, Ty, because all the crypto guys over there, they got really soft hands, really
Hmm.
delicate, thin fingers. And I can't see them even like having the strength to lift up um the door to the box of their truck.
Yeah, dude, can you imagine trying to like, yeah, open like get like put something in the back, put something in the bed of the truck, or even like climb into the cabin, or like even just putting your hand around that big gear shift. Like, how do you get those little
Hmm.
hands around that big gear shift? Those hands are designed for typing.
Yeah, that's a good question. Who knows?
Who
Who
knows?
knows, Ty? I mean, Facebook employees have to do their own laundry now, is something
Mm-hmm.
I've heard. So maybe they have to buy a truck to put their laundry in because they don't know how to do it themselves, so they have to go to the dry cleaners. Maybe that's
And
it.
yeah, dude, that would check out because that like they have a ton of like tech hoodies, like bags and bags of tech hoodies in their apartment.
Hmm. And they're the type to like not do laundry for 2 months, like not wash their bed sheets for 2 months because it doesn't see any action. So, like they probably only like go to the dry cleaners every month or so. So, it's got to be like a hella clothes to bring.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Facebook employees are the type of guys to be like to like have like the most ergonomic office chair in existence, but then also not have bed sheets. Just feel like
Yeah.
I feel like the whole idea of the San Francisco tech scene is over indexing on a few like really like I guess like nerdy, but also just like progressive to society traits, and then like under indexing on everything else. Like I don't got time to wash my hair because I'm too busy building artificial intelligence.
Yeah, exactly. It's like sitting is the new smoking, but little do they know that standing desks like don't get you any more pussy.
Yeah, it's true. The other thing I
Ty,
wanted to, yep, no, no,
well, let's you go first. You go first.
okay, okay. I only had one other like key scene report observation from the Bay Area I wanted to share with you, and it's related to this podcast because it's related to food and beverage.
That's
But
what I wanted to
what
get
I
at.
yeah yeah what I noticed, Eric, was I went to many a cocktail bar on the theme of like beers from earlier,
Hmm.
San Francisco has a really like underdeveloped beverage scene beyond cocktails. They definitely like that's their thing there is everyone drinks cocktails. I think it's because of the high cost of living. You need to drink an expensive beverage along with it. Cocktails are always at the top of the
You have to.
price point on the menu. Yeah, but they don't really have much of a cocktail culture happening. They're like questionably progressive cocktails. So like you're
Okay,
getting
so
like
what do you mean?
so you get this cocktail, right? You go to any bar and they're gonna have like a crazy cocktail menu, like a lot of weird names. It's all kind of made up, and they all seem like drinks that are like they're all like $17 a pop and have like weird ingredients in it. But then you like get it and it like shows up and it like just looks like a gin and tonic, you know? And you're like, I thought I ordered
Mm,
something crazy. So they're kind of like hoodwinking you a little bit with the cocktail scene there. This happened numerous
mm,
times. You're like, wait, this is just a twist on the Aperol spritz.
And then, the more drinks you have, like the more of a diminishing return there is. Like after the fourth $80 G&T, you're not even gonna tell the difference between that and like, some Bombay Sapphire, some diluted Bombay Sapphire.
Even the first one, I can't even tell the difference. So I was a little bit confused about the scene. Granted, I did have a few good little what do you call them? Wobbly pops, little cheeky hard beverages. I've went to a few speakeasies, but I definitely felt a little bit underwhelmed with their food, like their beverage scene. The food scene is fine, but the beverage scene was a little bit weird.
Hmm. So, okay, so in a nutshell, they're just hoodwinking you in terms of drinks. They're telling you, hey, get the premium Negroni, but like you can't tell the difference, and no one can.
No one can, but everyone's sitting around pretending they can't.
Well, that's like wine people. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I think like wine expertise is like a bullshit career. It's like and baristas too. It's like you're really gonna tell me there's like dark chocolate oats in this? Like, no, there isn't.
Yeah, dude. Like they might as well be sandwich podcasters. Like they know as much about wine as I know about the textural differences between the cucumber and the tomato. It's
Yeah,
meaningless at the end of the day.
it's
They're both
meaningless,
mushy.
but you do know the difference.
I
Yeah,
guess so.
it's more so what tasting notes does the tuna fish have?
Hmm. That's
Something
true.
like that.
Yeah,
But Ty,
it's pretty personal.
Ty, what kind of fried food did you scarf down your throat?
Specifically fried.
Or
Is this
whatever.
a
What did you
is
eat?
this a play off of your fried day comment earlier, or are we just
Come on.
curious?
I
Trying to
don't even
bring
know
this
what you're
back?
talking about. I'm halfway through my tall boy sour, and I don't even recall saying that. So why don't you go ahead and just lay it on
Quite
me.
literally blacking out in the booth today, Eric. I like that.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on. This sour is a strong sour. Um,
Hmm.
and I am drinking fresh.
I hope it's cold as well.
Oh,
The
buddy.
fried food scene in San Francisco was not bad. I definitely dabbled. I had some like yuca fries at one point. I don't even know what the yuca is. Is that like a plant native to California? Have you ever heard of a yuca?
Yucca? I've heard of Yucatan Valley. That's ringing a
Y-
bell deep down in
Yeah.
my consciousness. But I don't know. It sounds Mexican. Are you having some
Yeah,
kind
it
of
does.
Mexican food?
Yeah, something like that. I was at El Teco in the Mission District, but
There you
uh
go.
you you can skip them. You can skip the yuca. They're just like sweet potato fries, but like less sweet, more potatoy. Hell, they're basically
Mm,
fries.
wow. You know what, Ty? I went to Burger Heaven not long ago, and
Hmm.
and one of the people I was dining with ordered yam fries, and this was the most like non-GMO yam fry I've ever seen in my life because like you could
Oh,
still like if you like, were to put together all the fries on his plate, you would see that it would like turn into a yam. Like it was literally like they just took a yam and like sliced it up and like baked it. It was crazy, dude.
damn.
It was like disturbing. I was like, this is it's like like seeing like how the sausage is made,
Yeah, dude, it's a natty yam, an uncut yam, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Uncut yams, uncut yams.
Uncut yams.
Okay, Ty, did you go to any of the hardworking, working class Mexican establishments? Because I think that was probably the best meal I had when I was in San Francisco.
I didn't really hit any of the more like any of the, I guess we'll call them traditional spots in gentrified neighborhoods. I stuck mostly to the gentrified spots in gentrified neighborhoods this trip.
That's yeah, you make too much money for that shit, right?
Yeah,
You
I don't
rich.
I don't got enough time to go find a hole in the wall. I'm going to like the whatever business has five price tags on Yelp.
Exactly. You're filtering, you're sorting by price, like
Yeah,
descending.
hello,
And
baby.
you're saying, yeah, you're saying, you know what? Give me the fucking Fairmont steak. I don't care about where I'm at. I just want it to taste like the Fairmont steak I had back home.
Yeah, dude, and
Cauliflower steak, that is.
the cauliflower steak. That's literally what I was doing there, and I love me some whining and dining with a big price tag. But
Hmm.
yeah, so I didn't make it any hole in the walls. Didn't really engage with too many frontline workers beyond the masked man in the front seat of my Uber. I felt bad for those guys though, because like a couple of them had like sleeping bags in their car, like, and
Oh
then you
man.
realize that like San Francisco's in a really rough place where there's definitely like a huge divide between the knowledge economy and then everybody else who services the knowledge economy.
Right.
I'm
The
thankfully
housing
on like
crisis.
exactly. I'm on the side of history which gets service, not services, thankfully. But feel bad for like I wouldn't want to be a frontline worker in San Francisco in 2022. That sounds like it would be really, really hard. Like it's hard enough making sandwiches for people on a regular in a regular destination, but in one where the minimum wage doesn't even cover your cost of living, that's terrifying.
Wow, that's a certified hash brown moment right there, Ty.
Yeah, dude. Fresh thinking. Like think empathetically is what we always say at this podcast.
Yeah. Think critically and consider your fellow mates. But Ty, you did allude to me a very special riff on an avocado toast that you told me about. And just know that I did not forget about that. So do you want to just go ahead and double click into that? Because you only really gave me like a one-liner on this
Oh,
previously, and I think the breadheads would just love to know.
I'm
We
salivating
have to
at
know.
this. Yeah, dude, this is peak gentrification. It was one of the best brunches I've ever eaten. I was in like Little Italy kind of area of San Francisco, and I ordered this avocado toast for brunch. And when it showed up, it was barely avocado and not toast at all. Of course, they're like in a like Silicon Valley is the hub of innovation, right? So surely you're going to
Mhm.
get some culinary exploration north of
Yeah,
there.
that's my favorite category, barely avocado.
Barely avocado. So what this toast? There was no grain here. Um, so it was actually a sweet potato tempura that was like acting as the bread, a few little chunks of avocado on there, and then like a shaving of horseradish and fresh dill. And it
Wow.
sounds, yeah, it sounds crazy, but it was delicious. I
Yeah,
would eat
I
it
would
every day for the rest of my life.
I would take, Will Smith's Oscar away and give it to the bread there because it's acting as bread and I think it's doing a fantastic job.
It met all the same criteria as bread, Eric. It was crunchy, it was warm, it like complemented the profile of the open-faced sandwich. And it makes
Hmm.
me think like there is such an opportunity to explore. If you are in the baking industry, as our good friends at Subway are,
I
listen
mean, we are
closely.
too. We're in the
We
bread
are too.
business here.
We're in the business of bringing home the bread.
Absolutely.
There is a huge opportunity here to get outside the bread box. You know,
Holy shit, dude.
yeah, we're thinking outside the box here. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I would if like Subway put tempura sweet potato bread on the menu, I'd hit
Oh
that.
my God.
Can
That
you
would go
imagine?
crazy.
Think about how that would make your salami pop.
I would absolutely love to split a crusted sweet bread with you right now, Ty. Um,
Hmm.
I just wish we were back at the old San Francisco.
Is that the end of that sentence? That's cool. Dude, I think you're getting a
Oh,
little tipsy off your sour.
dude,
Maybe you should reread those instructions.
I just soured my pants. I don't know what's going on.
I think you're starting to sour this episode up a little bit too, so maybe we should call it here.
Well, this has been a awesome sour hour with you, Ty.
Hmm.
Um, and next time we link and build in IRL in real life, I would love to split a footlong with you.
Always, Eric. Always. I think that's always the one
It's always on
takeaway
the table.
from this experience with you. Is it just makes me hungry, and it makes me feel like Sharon.
That is a recurring action item, and I'm just like blessed to be able to like assign you to that.
Me too. Alrighty, King. You have a great long weekend. Happy Friday, and happy
You as
Friday to the
well.
breadheads.
And happy Friday to Monday as well, because I won't be working on Monday either. Are
Oh
you?
wow. Yeah, I will be.
That sucks. You should take a time off.
I'm a businessman. I got business things to do.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
got
He's about
deals
his
to
bread.
close.
Okay, great. So Tuesday we're back on schedule, Ty, and
Hmm.
we'll just have to stay tuned to see what culinary adventures me and you get up to this long, long pausa.
I'm looking forward to it, Eric. All right, breadheads. Think fresh. See you next week. Ciao.
Ciao.